We've had presidents of all different shapes and sizes, from the tallest president, Abraham Lincoln, to the shortest president, James Madison. We've yet to have, however, a professional athlete become president, maybe someday though. But who have been our most athletic presidents? We've had presidents who've had backgrounds in all different sports, like basketball, football, and baseball. And of course, many presidents have been avid golfers, especially recently. But what presidents have been our best athletes? For this list, we are going to consider the president's overall body of work, not just how athletic they might have been during their presidency, although that will be considered. This is all just personal preference, looking at the background and history of each president. You might think differently. If you do, leave a comment below the video. Before we get down to our top 3 contenders, here are a few honorable mentions. Barack Obama. Obama was big into basketball, playing varsity basketball in high school. He also played pickup games during his presidency, along with working out and running at the White House. Dwight Eisenhower. Eisenhower played football in college at West Point, even playing against the legendary Jim Thorpe. He also spent time boxing, fencing, and doing gymnastics. And here we go, the top 3 most athletic presidents of all time. Number 3, George H.W. Bush. Now this might be surprising to some. Old Man Bush, the skinny guy with an odd voice? Yes, really. In high school, Bush was the captain of the varsity baseball and soccer teams. He then enlisted as one of the youngest Navy pilots in World War II, flying more than 50 combat missions. In college, he played first base at Yale, serving as team captain and leading the team to the first ever College World Series in 1947 and returning to the College World Series the following year. During his time on the baseball team at Yale, he even met this guy named Babe Ruth, if you've ever heard of him. Later on in life, Bush would be an avid golfer. He also was an avid runner and maintained a pretty active lifestyle into his later years. And number 2, Gerald Ford. What, really? Gerald Ford, the clumsy guy who tripped down the stairs and was parodied by Chevy Chase on SNL? That guy? Yes, that guy. Ford played linebacker for the University of Michigan, winning not 1, but 2 national championships in 1932 and 1933, playing both center and linebacker. He was such an important and skilled player that his number 48 was retired by the Wolverines. He was also such a great player that he was offered contracts by both the Green Bay Packers and Detroit Lions. In those days, the NFL was nowhere close to its popularity that it is today. Ford ultimately passed on playing in the NFL and attended law school at Yale, coaching boxing and later football at the university. Later on in life, and during his presidency, he was a regular swimmer and skier, in addition to the presidential pastime of golf. It was a close call between number 1 and number 2, but here we go. The most athletic president of all time, Teddy, the Madman, the Crazy Man, Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt lived a wild and crazy life. And I would argue his presidency was one of the more tame parts of it. Roosevelt was a huge fan of martial arts, even while he was at the White House. He was a competitive boxer while at Harvard and also trained in wrestling and jiu-jitsu. He eventually damaged his eye sparring, causing partial blindness in one eye. His athleticism and fitness goes beyond sports, however. He was a believer in the strenuous life, which believed physical fitness and challenging oneself is essential. He was the leader of the Rough Riders during the Spanish and American War, leading the Rough Riders in the famous charge up San Juan Hill. As president, he regularly ran, swam, and practiced jiu-jitsu and wrestling, even often in the White House in the West Wing. He was also an avid mountain climber, and after his presidency, led an expedition down the River of Doubt, nearly dying in the process. And there you have it, the most athletic presidents in U.S. history. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more history, and we'll hang out again in our next video.